Yes, y'all, we don't stop. Yeah, y'all, we don't stop. Yes, y'all, we don't stop. Yeah, y'all, we don't quit. What's going on, family? I'm just getting my nice little vibe on, man. Once again, it's your chill brother from another, bringing you that straight fire once again. So y'all know what time it is. It's time for another episode of the Playbook Podcast, y'all. Listen, as always, I need y'all continued support to help us continue to expand our horizons. We're bringing a barbershop, bringing it to your podcast, all right? So today, this particular show, man, it's going to be about hitting the reset button or hitting the refresh button, whichever one you prefer, man. Because sometimes in life, we really do got to hit that reset and that refresh button in our lives to help us kind of get out of a little bit of a funk, if you will. So today, we're going to kind of focus on hitting the refresh button and getting back to a focused mind state. You know what I'm saying? Almost going back into what we talked about a month ago about adapt and adjust. All right, so we're going to talk about that on today a little bit in the championship speech, so y'all stay tuned for that. Also, man, we got to go around the association. NBA season is over. Crying tears emoji. Real talk. That's what way I feel. All right, Milwaukee, this is for you. Giannis and company bring the chip back to the Cream City. Where does Giannis rank in the NBA right now? Man, we're going to talk a lot about that in this particular episode. Where does Phoenix go from here? Does CP3 run it back with Book and the crew, or does he try to link up with his partner in the Banana Boat Club in LeBron James? We'll see about that. NBA trade rumor mill report. We'll talk about some guys that could possibly be on the move, especially with the NBA draft upcoming this next week or so. Also, man, we got some disappointing news coming out. The Olympics. The men's basketball team goes down to France. And I'm sorry, y'all. I had them on the hot seat already. But this team is not the dream team. We're going to talk about that as well. We're going to go around the NFL. We're going to move the chains. We got to talk about COVID-19 knocking folks out around here, man. They knocking folks out. The NFL's cracking down on vaccinated players and unvaccinated people on the NFL roster. And some guys, they're really contemplating whether or not they're going to be able to get the COVID-19 vaccine or not, or sit out the year. We're going to talk about that. Aaron Rodgers and Davante Adams posted the same picture from The Last Dance with Mike and Pip at the same time on IG. Coincidence? I think not. We're going to talk about that as well. DeShaun Watson reports to camp for the Houston Texans. He's still looking to get out of town, and it looks like Houston is finally ready to oblige. We're going to talk about that as well. Gotta go around, stop playing. We got the trivia question of the day, and y'all know what time it is with the championship speech to get your mind right and regulate your thoughts for the week that is to come. Man, listen. We're going to give you the straight fire on today, man. I'm hyped. I'm ready. You should too. Let's get it going. It's the Playbook Podcast. Let's go. Yo, we just grooving on this great another day that we're alive and well, man. Every day above ground is a good day, man. Listen, that's pretty much my mantra. That's what I've been taught my entire life. So the fact that you can hear my voice, that's a good indication that we're all still alive and we all still got purpose. All right, so listen, man, as always, I need you guys' continued support. Go to Spotify, go to Spreaker, Anchor, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio. The YouTube page is the Playbook Podcast, Kyle Turner. You'll be able to find all the episodes on that particular page on YouTube. Listen, man, and also we got some upcoming news on where you can find the Playbook Podcast in the coming weeks. So I'll give you that in a couple of weeks. All right, so after this episode, y'all, listen, family, everybody's taking summer vacation. Your boy about to take summer vacation. Gonna give you some new content, some fresher content. Gonna have some more people on the show as well. So listen, between the next couple of weeks, I need all of you that like to talk a whole lot of mess, just like me. Come get on the show. We're gonna have season 2 of the Playbook Podcast in about 2 weeks, man. So listen, it's gonna be fresher. It's gonna be newer. We're gonna have more intro. We're gonna have the whole 9, man. So listen, I need you guys' continued support. Go to Spotify, Anchor, Spreaker, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, YouTube page as well. We're expanding our horizons, bringing a barbershop to your podcast, man. We growing over here. We growing over here. All right, so I'm getting excited. I'm getting hyped. I'm getting ready, man. I'm so ecstatic for what's to come for the Playbook Podcast, season number 2 in 2 weeks. So y'all stay tuned for that. All right. So without further ado, enough of the fluff, y'all. Let's get right into the stuff. Let's get right into the opening tip. So family, listen, with the opening tip, we got to talk about the Milwaukee Bucks ending 50 years of no championship to reigning supreme over the NBA landscape now, that the Milwaukee Bucks took down the Phoenix Suns almost a week ago now in Game 6 to capture their second NBA title in franchise history. A lot of that has to do with a cyborg named Giannis Antetokounmpo. Yeah, I called him a cyborg. Yeah, he was on some DC Universe type time after coming back from a hyperextended knee. I mean, seriously. My man came back from a hyperextended knee in a week. In a week, y'all. Okay? And within that time, you know, he was kind of rusty the first couple of games or whatever. But let me give y'all the stats from Game 3 until the finale. Okay? Game 3, Giannis had 41, 13, and 6. Game 4, 26, 14, and 8. That was the game Chris Middleton. I'm sorry. You know, my pop done got middle finger ingrained in my head now. So, Pop, thank you for that. Okay, Chris Middleton dropped 40 in Game 4 to preserve the Bucks season and tie the series at 2 games apiece. Game number 5, that's where the game that everybody went crazy. Middleton went crazy, Giannis and Drew Holiday, ending off with the oop to Giannis to seal game number 5. Giannis had 32, 9, and 6 in that game. Game number 6, my man went nuclear. I mean, seriously, representing for Greece to the fullest, okay? They got the whole Notorious song. Whenever he scores a bucket, he was absolutely notorious in game number 6 with 50, 14, 2 dimes, and 5 blocks. My man was knocking them down at the charity stripe as well. 17 of 19 from the free throw line. Giannis was doing it all. That's why I said my man was straight cyborg from game 3 until 6. I don't know what type of things or Dr. Evil type of stuff was put into his system, but my man went straight evil on the Phoenix Suns, and they could not deny him whatsoever, or the Milwaukee Bucks for that matter, as they captured their second NBA championship for the Cream City. Listen, honestly, I mean, Kendrick Perkins feels like he should be top 5 power forwards of all time. I ain't ready to give him that yet. It's a little too soon for that. I will say that Giannis is in the top 3 in the NBA right now, behind a healthy KD. I can't believe I'm saying that because I really don't like KD. However, and then a LeBron at number 2. And then there's Giannis. And that's just me. I mean, a lot of y'all will be like, oh, that's fine. I'm cool with that or whatever. But some of y'all will be like, nah, we got to talk about that, yo. I don't know about Giannis being number 3. I mean, Steph Curry got a lot to say about that. You got Dame out here as well. You got Nikola Jokic as well out here, maybe being like, I could possibly be in there in the top 3 conversation. I don't know. What say you? Does Giannis deserve to be in the top 3 after winning the NBA Finals? I mean, my man got an MVP, got 2 MVPs. He got the Finals MVP now. He got a champion. He's a champion. We got to talk about it, okay? Does Giannis deserve to be in the conversation the top 3 in the NBA right now, okay? Y'all leave y'all comments in the show notes, and, I'm going to get back to you guys as soon as possible. When we come back and reconvene in 2 weeks, that's going to be part of the conversation as well, okay? All right. Well, we had a winner in the NBA Finals, and then we also had someone that had to take the L. And unfortunately, my prediction was not right. I had the Phoenix Suns winning in 6, but the Milwaukee Bucks ended up winning in 6. And unfortunately, it came down to, listen, Phoenix ran out of gas. It was really quite that simple. Chris Paul played admirably at times within the finals. It seemed like between games 3 and 4, my man couldn't find himself. Devin Booker, game 5 and 6. Game 5, my man had 40, but he had that crucial turnover. Game 6, he couldn't really hit from outside like that at all. He only had 19 points, and that really pretty much summed up the cause for the Phoenix Suns to end up losing 4 straight after being up 2-0 in the NBA Finals. I mean, it's been one of the things that's been haunting Chris Paul throughout his entire NBA career. It really has. I mean, anytime he's up 2-0, you got to almost be on pins and needles whether or not his team is going to end up winning the series. He's the only player in NBA history, actually, he's tied with his teammate, Blake Griffin, as having the most losses in NBA history after leading 2-0, losing a series after being up 2-0. That says a lot, man. You got to close the door when it's time to close the door. And somehow, some way, Chris Paul's teams in best of 7 series have lost 4 after being up 2-0. I don't know. It's a lot to say about that, man. You get to your first NBA Finals and you drop the ball. All right, so now there's a big decision to make if you're Chris Paul. You got $44 million player option for the Phoenix Suns next year. The Suns got to sign Ayton and Bridges back. They got to give them their money. So we're going to have to see what happens in the Valley of the Sun this offseason. Does Chris Paul run it back, or does he decide to go to the Lakers and reside with his banana boat brethren, LeBron James? We're going to keep a whole huge tab on that as this all-season proceeds, okay? We're already in the all-season already. So with the all-season, you also have trade rumor mill going on. You got guys in free agency and the like of that nature, right? So we got some guys. Bradley Beal may ask out of D.C. And honestly, this has been a long time coming if these rumors are actually true. Bradley Beal needs to go to a team where he can actually contend for a title. Washington is not that team. Washington looks like they're in a full-scale rebuild after signing Wes Unseld Jr. as their coach. And this is no disrespect or knock on Wes Unseld Jr., but Bradley Beal is in the prime of his career, and he needs to get to a team that gives him the best opportunity to win a title. You got Miami out here. You got Golden State. You got some other teams that would vie for the services of a Bradley Beal right now. So Bradley Beal might request out of D.C. Ben Simmons' market is heating up. You got teams like potentially Miami, Portland still out there. You got Toronto might be in the mix now. So it is interesting. Minnesota's still out there looking for someone to team up with Karl Anthony Towns. So Philly got to come down off their market if they're going to be reasonable in their quest to try to maybe see what they can get out of a Ben Simmons trade, okay? Also, Harrison Barnes, Miles Turner, Kyle Kuzma, and KCP out there on the trade rumor mill right now. KCP and Kuz have been linked to almost every team in the NBA, according to Adrian Wojnarowski. Every team has had some type of combination of Kyle Kuzma or KCP this all season so far from the Lakers. There's rumors that the Lakers may trade both of them to Sacramento. We'll see what happens in that regard to get Buddy Hield. I mean, they need shooters. You got Caruso out here already on free agency. I don't think he's coming back. Wes Matthews, he's probably not coming back as well unless he signs for the veterans minimum. for the Los Angeles Lakers. So we'll see about that. And there's rumors that Russell Westbrook